Guys, the first most thing is to understand EV mapping, we have a tool called EV. Okay, this is our EV tool. So, in order to paint the object or texture the object, what is required is EV is required. So, to do understand that EV, how does EV works and how does EV forms is very important to know is the object. First, we need to understand the objects. Here in EV mapping in Maya, first thing is why EV is required. Why EV is required? EV is required to paint on the object. Paint on the object. Why we should paint? If we see any 2D form in 2D, when you see the 2D object, what happens is the painting will be very easy for you. Painting will be very easy for you. But when you see 3D, what happens is back is the major issue. So what happens is 2D object, the 3D object we need to convert into a 2D in terms of EV unwrapping. Always EV will help you out to do a textures. Without EV, you cannot do a textures because stretch will come. Once you extrude a model or once you stretch a model, EV will create a problem for you. So what happens? This is the object. Here you have a EV editor tool. This is your EV editor tool. This is your EV editor. When you open your EV, it looks like this. It means that flatten image, it was converted as a 2D. Now it is a 2D image. This is the 3D object. So if I wanted to paint on this, if I can able to paint here, it should reflect. Now there is a tool called Substance Painter. Right? Substance Painter you can able to paint it. But what happens is once you start editing this object, this is a duplicate and this is an object which is not modified it. This is a default object. Any default object if you open, it is already, there will be EV. In the sense, it will be unfolded. If you take this object, Control D, bring it here and bit modify the object, what will happen is you have to do a UV for it because you have modified it, the object. You cannot place the textures exactly. For example, right click, assign a material, right click, assign a material, go to the Lambert and keep your checker box. Your checker box is here. Press 6. Press 6 and see the box. This is your checker box. Same box, same Lambert, I'll reapply it. Go to here and reapply Lambert 1 or Lambert 2. Do you think this EV is proper? EV is not proper. Why? It is getting stretched. EV is getting stretched. Whether you apply any texture, whether it is wood, whether it is any other material, it will come as a stretch. What we should do right now to do a neat EV, we have to unwrap. How to do unwrap? So here you will have a lot of EV mapping tools. You have automatic, you have best planar, you have camera based, you have custom stretch, and you have normal, cylindrical, planar, and you have a spherical. Now my job is to do a planar. Click on the planar and get this object. Any axis may, instead of Y, I'll change into X. Go to the option box. In X may I have done EV. Right now, what I will do with this EV is I have to unfold. When you cut a box, when you open a box, what will happen? You should open a box right now. So what will happen? Top you will open 3 faces, middle में 1 cut, and down में 3 cuts. So same strategy you have to use. And here, go to here, there is a tool here, unfold. You can unfold it. Got it? So when you unfold, and if you want, rotate it, and keep it here like this. Now if you scale, if you make smaller, your UVs are with you. Correct? EV boxes are neatly for you. Now if you apply any textures, there won't be a problem. Why? Because we have done a EV for it neatly. So the first thing is we have to understand in EV is that way to cut and way to open. Opening is very important. So at the same time, if I take one sphere, this is a sphere, this is default EV for me, default EV for me, this is default EV. I can apply. If I can modify this object, EV will spoil. EV will spoil. How can I do? I can, whether I can able to do unfold on this, or I can able to cut on this. So it is better to keep a middle line, cut the tool, the middle line pe there is a tool called cut, select down area, here go to the planar again, and you will have a y-axis, down y-axis, it is coming as red. You just have to select EVs, flip EV and unfold it. Unfold. Same thing. What I should do? Y-axis, planar, y-axis, apply, bring it here a little bit out, EV cell, and unfold it. Clear? Clear? So keep it here. Keep it. Okay. Okay. Guys, here check your UVs in your UV planar. Once you do a UV planar, so what you do is keep it here. Any time you can apply a material right now. Your UV checker is coming like this. Also, your UV will not spoil any point of time pe, or you can cut the upper layers and down layer mein here up to here, this area and this area. Select here to here, and you can do a cylindrical also. What is that? Cylindrical. There is a map called cylindrical here. You can apply on the cylindrical so that you will get neat. Clear? And that cylindrical, the same cylindrical mapping, you can able to unfold it. Unfold it. Clear? Here, take this object, unfold and unfold. Select everything, right click, shift hold, layout, and you can do a texture on it. Same thing until you will not do a modify the object, there is no necessity. So once you modify the model, there is a necessity of unwrapping. Duplicate the object here, hire one polygon, take it up and middle click में extrude as T, extrude as a T shape model, T shape model. Take this is up. Now select this area. When the model is like this, now do you think it is difficult for you to unwrap? Now VB के लिए it is a little difficult when you are in basic stages. So what you should do? Select this side. This is the projection. So opposite side में planar mapping and x-axis cut your EV. Flip. Y-axis, cut middle, unfold it, EV is done. Cleanly, EV is done. So like this, you have to work on all the objects. So select everything and try to select and layout. Create one big layout. So your models will get it like this, but it will got unwrapping. When you have unwrapping, if you have any other material to apply and see, just go to the Lambert, click on the area, go to the file, check here. If you have any textures on desktop, you can try to utilize it. For checking के लिए, you can see. If you don't have anything, you can download one image, texture image. Save as. desktop में for time being you keep it 1143, so it is easy for you to bring it. Desktop PNG image and apply, and 6, you can able to see the entire image is got applied neatly in everywhere. So if it is not this, you can able to see, if you wanted to see with wood, or there's a textures here, save as, if you wanted to replace, so if you can select everything and make it little bigger, see your textures. Can you see? Neatly it will come because the textures are neat, because your UVs are correct. Your UDummies will, you can check with the checker box. Can you see? Any doubts? You make bigger, you make your UV smaller, everything is in your control. Any doubts? Any doubts? This is UV base, so I want you to do a UV clean and neat. Okay, first try to understand one small object, make a UV, understand the UV layout and how